Well, good morning, folks. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Raymond.
Good morning, Paul.
How the devil are we?
We have comms.
Well, good morning, folks. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're in John Groats. So ride down and go to the famous sign. Ray's already gone. I hadn't tied my helmet up, so I had to stop and get my gloves off. Schoolboy out of there. Probably not really supposed to do this one. Morning, folks. We made it. John Groats.
Yep, it's all home from here, Paul.
Here's Raymond. Morning, sir.
Morning, Paul.
How the devil are we?
Yeah, did you enjoy paying the bill?
I did enjoy paying the bill, yes, unfortunately.
Painful, wasn't it?
It was very painful. Very, very painful. How are you this morning?
Yeah, I'm okay. I slept better last night.
Yeah, we made it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a beautiful morning. Skies are clearing up nicely, unlike the Saturday when we rode up here. But
Not a bad day at the minute, is it? Right, here we are, John Groats. If this had gone according to planning, it hadn't been COVID, we'd have got a ferry and headed over to the islands you can see in the back. And when I say the islands you see in the back, I don't mean Paul's Mush. I'm actually talking about a bit of land back there called the Orkneys. Yeah. He's just gone and got in a bloody weight like he usually does. But you can still see.
Is that better?
Paul. We've still got the John Groats in there though. We've had a few pictures with the bikes.
Yeah.
We weren't going to ride it up on the gravel. No, it's a bit of a steep way down there and I could see myself dropping my bike. I wasn't going to do that. No way. So here we are, and there's the harbour. It's a bit built up now. Let's have a twirl. Yeah. There's a nice little building over there. Breaking out clouds over there are sort of breaking up nicely. There's a bit of sun coming through, isn't there?
There is a bit of sun coming through, mate, yeah. So yeah, the bikes made it.
Yeah, they did.
I'm not too sure about us.
Well, there have been times, Paul. You did that first day on Saturday.
Yeah.
It was like, oh man. You know, especially in the dark trying to find that hotel.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, and you couldn't see anything.
Couldn't see a bloody thing, and then we get there and you goes, I'm not going out.
I didn't quite do it in that type of voice. You'd already said you weren't going to go anywhere, didn't you?
It wasn't worth it anyway, apart from anything else. By the time we got into the hotel, nobody there, took us half an hour to sort out the keys.
Yeah.
And in, showered and changed, it was 8:30. The pubs closed at 10.
Yeah.
There's no point.
No, it wasn't worth it, mate. Wasn't.
No.
The pair of us were knackered, weren't we?
Yeah.
So
I was so knackered I didn't even manage to finish the second can of beer.
No? What a waste.
Yeah, it was.
I could have drunk that.
You could have done, but you were asleep.
Yeah, thanks for that. I'm going to have to do that bit again.
Stop snoring just by pouring it down your throat when you snort.
I'd have gargled.
I've heard you're skilled at that sort of thing.
Oh, steady on. Right, folks, we're going to push on. Heading off to was it Dunkeld today, isn't it?
Dunkeld today, yeah.
So yeah, we put the fame. Hey?
Going over the hills.
Yeah.
Braemar again.
It's a nice road, that,
Yeah,
isn't
the
it?
same one we did last time.
Yeah.
But and hopefully it'll work out.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's the same. Unfortunately, I didn't get us a hotel in Braemar.
No.
I was toying with the idea.
Well, it might have been better. Yeah. Doesn't matter. It's
Well,
alright.
we could have got probably a hostel, and there were 2 or 3 pubs in town.
Yeah.
But this way, we're going to a hotel that's got
Everything we need.
It's got a courtyard, it's got a restaurant, it's got a bar. We don't need to move away, and it's only 240 miles from home.
Yeah.
Instead of near us down at 300. So
Which is better.
yes, it'll be easier for us. We just got to do extra miles today.
Yep.
Well, when I say extra, we did 250 yesterday. It's 241 today. So
Yeah.
it's the same sort of day we had yesterday.
Good.
And we're getting away about the same sort of time, so
Yeah.
we should be all right.
Brilliant. Anyway, let's get a move on,
Yes, please. And we're off.
And we're off. Well, folks, that was John of Groats. It's definitely built up, mate, since I last come down here in the 90s.
It's a lot more built up than when I last came here.
Well, folks, that was a nice stay last night. I enjoyed it last night, mate. It was all right.
That was all right in there, you know.
Yeah.
I had a really nice sort of quiet night in.
Yeah. Quiet nights in. We've had a night in every night.
Spent most of it bloody laughing.
Yeah. That was a little petrol station here now as well.
Yeah.
But no, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Yeah, it was a nice, good day yesterday, mate.
Yeah, it was.
I enjoyed it.
Today we got slightly less distance to travel, so hopefully it'll work out about the same.
I think they're on better roads today, though, aren't they?
Possibly, yeah. But I don't think there's any single track roads to do.
No.
So if we get there at about 6 o'clock tonight, the same as we did last night.
That's ideal, mate. It's fine.
Yeah, it's not going to be bad at all, is it?
To be fair, between 5 and 6 is all right because gives you enough time to have a shower and get changed, doesn't it? And, you know,
Yeah.
and then get yourself out for a beer.
Well, at least I know there's no done at head divert you tonight.
Are you still going on about that? That's why you turned your camera lens upside down, wasn't it, just to annoy me?
Yeah. Payback.
Yeah.
That's plus getting that plus toilet privileges first.
Oh, you got me back all right. 71 pound for the meal and £97 for the hotel. You've stitched me up there, mate.
I think I do owe you something for that.
And it's not going to the toilet first, mate. I couldn't believe that poor girl this morning. Oh God, that was so embarrassing.
Oh, I love that.
I'll let you explain the story.
Paul, we've had our breakfast and we're heading back to our hotel room to pick our stuff up, get it all on the bike and go. As it happens, we only had to get the top box and what have you because we'd done the panniers before. And as Paul walks in through the door, he announces in a rather loud voice, I need a f***ing shit.
I didn't say the F word.
Okay, I need a shit.
Thank you.
So I had a look up the stairs and there was some young lady coming down the stairs. So I pointed her out to Paul, who then burst out laughing.
I went, said good morning to her.
See, he tells me to tell the story, then he interrupts me.
Sorry.
So then we exit through the door to get away from her, and there's a step down to our room and Paul missed it. He almost landed head first on the floor. Honestly. I did
say good morning to a girl and she said good morning to me, so
yeah. I think she just wanted to get rid of you.
I just wanted the floor to swallow me up, mate. That's 1 mile of many done today.
Yeah. I was up here I think 2010.
Were you?
Yeah.
You come on the bike, didn't you?
Yeah. There's a thing called the Grand Tour of Scotland or something like that, I think it is.
Yeah.
And a lad I used to work with had organised it and asked me if I wanted to go and I said yeah. And I turned up and ruined it all for him.
Not like you, Raymond.
Well, I got lost, didn't I?
Oh, right. Oh, again, not like you, Raymond.
Well, I didn't have a sat-nav, did I?
I might have to give you that one because, you know, in the days when we didn't have sat-navs, it was just as hard.
Well, there was a chap that was in front, I think he had a sat-nav.
Right,
But I had
okay.
me 1400 and got myself on a nice bit of road and I blasted off. I didn't realise I was meant to turn left. I went to the Thunder in the Glens,
Yeah.
Harley Davidson meeting. Spent most of it on the floor sleeping off a hangover.
It's a nice bit of road this though, although it's a bit bumpy in places, it's alright,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's alright, there's nothing wrong with it, is there?
Yeah, you can progress quite nicely on it, can't you?
Yeah. Got an itchy eye.
Which one?
I didn't hear what you said, but I guess it was bloody rude.
All I said was, which one? I can't get into trouble for that, I didn't specify.
Well, it wasn't the Japanese one.
Oh, for goodness sake, you had to say it, didn't you? You had to say it. You need to engage brain before mouth rate. You need to have that little lesson. Have that little talk with yourself. Engage brain.
You wanted it said, you just weren't going to say it yourself.
Oh, nice fresh morning, mate, isn't it? It's lovely.
It's lovely.
So today, we are heading south. Well, it's about the only way we can head, really, isn't it?
Yeah, whichever way we'd gone, we'd have been going south.
Yeah. It's a nice morning, actually, right?
Lovely, isn't it?
I'm not too
Looks
sure
like we're
about...
headed into rain now.
I was going to say, I'm not too sure about those clouds ahead, mate.
No, that doesn't look good at all. Looks very unfriendly.
Well, folks.
We've done first 50 miles. Decided we're going to have a brew. I only pulled in to clear my visor because it was misted to hell. But Paul decided if we stop here and have a brew because it's quite a nice little spot.
Yeah, it's alright.
So that's what we've done. This is brew. Mine's on the floor.
Cheers.
Where are you?
I'm here.
There you are, Paul. Yeah,
Happy days,
you're in
guys.
there somewhere, yeah. Mine's,
Yeah.
mine's on the floor where Paul put it.
It's not been bad, actually, has it? It's
No,
been a good ride today.
Been alright. My visor got covered. We went through the clouds and I couldn't see where I was going because it all covered my visor.
Yeah.
So I've polished it, put a bit of beeswax on it. It should be alright for the rest of the trip. Now that the sky's cleared up and there's no clouds around anymore. But when we pulled in, we just
Yeah,
thought,
this
"You know
sleigh
what?
by's not exactly. It's more like a GS Adventure off-road facility.
It's not Ray Jones friendly, I'm telling you. It really is not Ray Jones friendly.
No.
But at least it's pointing upwards, so I'm not going to drop the bike off its side stand. So yeah, I've beeswaxed my visor, gone around and changed all the batteries and the cameras. I've got the Ghost S on my helmet to do next. So that's it then. We're having, what, half hour?
Yeah, we'll have half hour or so, mate. And,
Yeah. We'll get going just as the traffic shows up again.
Yeah, all those cars we overtook earlier, they've all passed us.
They're all now about 5 miles that way. After me putting all that effort again to get past them as well. Right, so in the words of Paul, we'll catch you later. Okay, so if you have a little look around, there you'll see my bike, but you won't see Paul's bike. That's because Paul isn't here. It's because I have a small problem. I know you say I've got problems all the time for all sorts of things. It's probably quite true, but this one's a bit more of a problem. My tyre is flat. and if I push it, I can actually compress it with my thumb, which I shouldn't be able to do, obviously. And I don't think it's rideable. So what Paul's done, he's headed off to get a foot pump and something similar to tyre weld, so I can sort the tyre out. I'm going to move on. The biggest problem is that right here, I haven't got a mobile signal, I haven't got a data signal, so I can't phone for any sort of rescue organisation or anything like that. I'm with Green Flag, but I can't phone him. So he's headed off to get me the stuff that I'll need to at least get some air in the tyre. It's 13 miles to Braemar from here, on the A9, so he'll get there. Probably take him a quarter of an hour to get there, probably take me a little while to sort out a foot pump. He says he's got some tyre weld or something here of his own, but we'll seal it. But he's going to see if he can get me something specific from a garage. I can't see it, in all honesty. Tyre weld's good for a car, but really need something like puncture safe for a motorbike. So for the next half an hour at least, I've got fuck all to do, and it means that our plans perhaps for going over Braemar to get into Dunkeld will have to be ditched. We'll probably stick on the A9 all the way. It means all the nasty, horrible speed limits, but when I did checks on sort of timescales and everything, it was, I don't know, 6 hours from John and Groats down to Dunkeld, going over through Braemar, over the hills, taking the A9, even with all the speed limits and speed cameras and everything you've got, it was only going to be 4 hours. So if we waste a bit of time here sorting this out, at least we can still get to our hotel in time tonight, which is what we'd be aiming to do. So I'll give you a call back. Well, I'll use this again a bit later just to let you know how we've got on. Bye-bye.
Hi guys, just a little update. I've not filmed for a while. I've had to come looking for a foot pump. Poor Ray's got a puncture, his back tyre's flat. So at the moment we're just waiting to see. This garage here currently gone to see if they can find a foot pump for me and some of that liquid spray stuff, just so we can get his tyre going again. But at the moment I can't do anything, so we're just hanging fire. I'm about 20 miles away from him, so I've had to come on ahead to try and find something, so then go back to him and see if we can get his bike going again. We pulled in to make a brew. You seen that from the last scene. Literally pulled in to make a cuppa, and as we were talking away, taking the mick out of each other as we do, I said, your tyre looks a little bit flat there, and you could literally push it in with your thumb. So it wasn't a little flat, it was flat. So it's you can't ride that. So at the moment I'm just waiting round. Anyway, I'll give you an update a bit later on, folks.
Okay, I've had some help with my back tyre. The truck driver you can see in front of me there hasn't got a foot pump, but he's got an airline, and he ran it onto my back tyre, connected it up to one of his, and up went the tyre. So I can start to ride. I am going to have to be careful, just in case that is a proper, actual full-on puncture. So I'll be riding steady. I've got myself set up with my Cardo. Paul will be out of range right now, but as soon as I get a phone signal I can get him on speed dial. My next problem is getting this bike off its centre stand, which has been done. Fine. Side stands out the way, engine on, and we're off. Cheers, mate. Now if this bike starts behaving oddly, I'll at least know what it is. For a little while there it was behaving quite badly, and I thought maybe my back wheel, as I say, had come adrift. But the wheel bearings are only 5,000–6,000 miles old, I think. So maybe 10, but this should certainly last a lot longer than that. So I'm now on my way to Braemar. Let's see how we get on. There won't be any heroics here. So, Paul tells me that he is in Braemar. He can't get a foot pump, but he's found a tyre. And it's at a garage called Braemar, and it's about 15 miles away from where he left me. Bearing in mind I've just done 4 miles now, so he's going to be about 9 miles ahead of me. He's going to park his bike where I can see it, and I'm going to look for a Braemar and then pull in and see what we can do from there. So there's not going to be any real heroics here. This is ride steady, get there in one piece and see what we need to do to get it sorted. But in all honesty, right away, this bike is handling a lot better. A lot better. Cracking scenery, and the weather has improved a lot. It's just a case of riding the bike. And even now, after something like 7 or 8 miles, it's still riding like a dream. All the same, no heroics. Hello. It's riding great. It's riding great. Yeah. Lorry driver. He pulled up behind me. He was just stopping for his break. It's just his normal thing. And I wandered over and said, "That daft question. Have you got a foot pump?" Because you've seen the size of the tyres. Foot pump's going to be no use. And he says, "Nah, mate. Sorry." Okay, no problem. Right, so I sent my mate on to sort us out. And about 5 minutes later, he comes over and says, "What I can do? I've got this airline that'll go from valve to valve. Oh. So I can put it on your tyre. Yeah. I can push it into one of my tyres, and you'll get air. And that's what you did. Can't check your air pressure or anything like that." No. I said, "We'll do that." Yeah. And the next minute, the tyre's up. Yeah. And I've been riding now for 15 miles. Yeah, rock solid. Yeah. See if you can move it now. No, I can see it. Rock solid. Yeah. Check your air pressure, oh, I'm going to. And if I press it now, there's nothing. No. So I'm thinking, get the air pressure right now. Yeah. And then every time we come to a service station, check it with the airline. Can I get one of those Holt things? 11 quid. What is it? Oh, yeah. He hasn't got a foot pump? No. Okay. So I was about to find somewhere else, and I knew Rammy just as I was asking him. Yeah. The first garage, it was a proper mechanic garage. Yeah. And it was about as much use as an ashtray and a fucking motorbike. So yeah. Well, happens, doesn't it? So yeah, it will. Do I have to pay for the airline? I won't, will I? Sorry about all that messing about, Paul.
It's alright, it's not your fault, mate, is it? So, folks, look who's in front of me.
It's me! Look who's behind me! It's coming to something when you need a sign to tell you to be careful of otters.
Yeah. At the moment, Raymond, you're still rolling, that's the main thing.
Yeah. Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. We're leaning all right in the bends.
Yeah, it's handling just fine.
We've had quite a few issues on this trip, really, haven't we?
Ah, for you, it's not really been. If this tyre turns out to be okay, then
Cardo.
We dealt with them all, didn't we?
Cardo packing it. But that doesn't stop a trip at the end of the day. You still ride, don't you? Whoop.
Yeah, you can. It's the tyre that's the biggest, isn't it? That stops everything.
Well, you're going into the bends, all right, mate.
There we are.
Are you going to test it here, are you?
I'll test it here, yeah.
Yeah, there's over there, mate. Is it?
Okay.
Looks all right there. What is it?
Goes down to 35.
Oh Christ, that's bad.
reading on. Got the reading on it, so do you want to push it on for me, please?
Oh, it would be water here, wouldn't it? Come on. Get the reading.
That gone down to 35.
Right, you need to get that stuff in it.
Yeah. Right, should we read them?
Yeah.
Will that fit mine? It must do, mustn't it?
Yeah, we'll do. There's a screw on you.
Possible fine remove cause of the puncture. Rear vehicle, so punctures at the bottom of the tyre. We don't know where the puncture is, do we?
No, that's the problem.
Screw the connector to your tyre valve, twist the red button to on and move to a safe position away from passing traffic. Okay, let's go see what happens, eh? Come on, get on. Sooner this is over and done with, the better.
This is not going to be pleasant, is it? Let me just fire it up.
You okay?
Yeah, handbrake's on. It's not going to move.
I've got hold of your shoulder, not because I'm sort of... Do you know what? Oh, that's horrible. I learnt my lesson. I'm leaning to the side.
Oh, this is gonna be unpleasant.
You have never seen teeth gritted like mine. What's that car?
I'm gonna have to bleep all the swearing out now, aren't I?
It's a right turn. We went straight last time. Whoa.
Oh, here we go. Hey, we got a little roundabout here.
Shut up. Watch out for the pavement.
Nowhere near the bloody pavement. Shut up.
Jesus Christ.
I tell you what, folks, I'm doing 16 mile an hour. It sounds like I'm doing about 90s whinging. You alright back there, Raymond? Okay. He's not screaming yet, folks. Get out of it, I hardly touched it.
On the throttle.
What's wrong with you?
Get your hands where I can see them.
Can you not put your arms around my eyes, please?
Oh.
Hey, I hope to goodness that's your hand, Dad, not something else, mate.
Can't reach with me knob.
Hey, stop squeezing me sides with your thighs, will you dirty old...
Ah!
Get out of it! Oh, it's disgusting! Oh. Oh God! This is the worst half a mile of my life. Ow! Stop headbutting me out. Oh God, I can't wait for this to be over. Oh.
I'm trying to figure out how many of your wives have said that to you. We're stopping now.
We're going to stop. Let me just get level first, mate, before... Get off.
Have you done it?
Yeah, go on.
That's a long way down.
That was the worst thing I've ever had to do in my life.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Where am I going to park my bike? Be alright here for a minute.
Yeah, you just do what you want.
And that, folks, is how not to take your mate's pillion. Oh. So he's charged you 140 quid.
133.
I thought it was going to come off on that thing, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Did he tell you what it was like?
No. I just said you got lost. He was a bit peeved.
Was he?
Well, hard to say, but he just said that's why I gave him directions.
Well, I followed his directions and I thought I'd gone the wrong way. If I'd gone another 150 yards, I'd have been there.
I looked on the map.
Well, when I looked at it on the map, I knew exactly where it was, but I couldn't get back to the give me a shortcut. So I thought, well, that's alright. Well, at least you got a new tyre, mate.
Yeah. You're right there.
Yeah, I can't, mate, I can't tell you how scared I was.
Yeah.
I'd have been off, mate. If I'd have gone back up, it'd have been off. Well, folks, if you can't see anything, I do apologise. We finally got race sorted. I, in turn, went off-roading. I wasn't filming at the time, so I apologise. Apologise about that. I wish I'd been filming, because people ain't going to believe what I've just gone through. And anyway, we're still miles from where we need to be. The weather is turned atrocious again. And we're hours away from the hotel, so I'm going to knock cameras off now because you can't see anything in this. So we'll catch you back at the hotel. Catch you later, guys. Hi guys, what are we all doing? What a day we've had today. Hell of a day. First of all, started off okay. We pulled over, actually started hammering it down, and we thought we'd got some waterproofs on, so I pulled up once to put the waterproof cover on the tan bag. We were only about an hour away from John Groats. Anyway, we just got talking. Had a cup of coffee, noticed that Ray's tyre was flat. Anyway, so I then ride off to go and try and find a foot pump. Try and get some tyre wheel type stuff, you know. Lo and behold, he was lucky enough, a truck driver had stopped and put some air out of his spare tyre into his bike, got it going. Didn't last very long. We then, every 15 miles or so, stopped. It was getting worse and worse. At one point, we put some of this tyre wheel stuff in, and at one point it got that bad. He was losing 20 psi every 5 or 6 miles. That's it, you can't do anymore. And they managed to limp, which is a good 100 mile from John Groats. 103 or 105 mile, I think it is. We managed to limp to Inverness. Found a tyre place. Now at this point, we weren't filming. Probably seen from the Griff and Jones website, from the Facebook page, I took Ray on a pillion ride to go and get a cup of coffee while he fixed his bike because he needed a new back tyre. We then found out he needed a new set of rear pads, so we obviously wouldn't let him back on the road because it's dangerous. Of course, long story short, I was sent off to go and get a set of pads. I knew roughly where the garage was to go and buy them. And somehow I ended up on I wasn't filming, so it's a shame really, because it would have been nice to show you. I ended up on a footpath, and it was a hell of a footpath. It was terrible. I hope you're dressed. Oh, he's not too bad. I ended up on a footpath, went down a big hill. I thought I was going to come off the bike. Consequently, ended up on a railway line. Luckily, this woman saved the day. She was walking the dog, and she says, "I think you've come the wrong way."
Oh.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Anyway, I managed to get to the shop, get the pads, get back, and we've had one hell of a day. We've just got to the hotel late. We should have been here about 3:30.
Well,
Ish.
if we'd done it normal and took some normal breaks,
Yeah.
we'd have got here probably about 5 o'clock.
About 5 o'clock. Anyway, we made it.
Instead of 20 to 7.
So the 20 to 7, yeah, so we've got here. So we're going to go and have something to eat. The table's booked for 8, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're going
The menus were out as well, but
Oh,
we
will they?
read them.
So we're going to have a couple of beers. And have something to eat. We've got a bottle of wine for after. I think we need
I'll
it.
bring the whiskey in as well.
But we've had one hell of a day, mate, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's been unbelievable. It's been...
In the end, I think your day was worse than mine.
It was, wasn't it, mate? Yeah.
Yeah,
But we're here now, aren't we?
we are. What are you doing?
Filming you.
Why?
I don't know. Just picked the camera up, mate. I was just telling them about the day. But yeah, we've had a bad day. Anyway, we're going to go and have something to
In
eat
all
now.
honesty, it could have turned out a lot worse than it did.
Yeah, I mean, you could have come off that, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Seriously, you know, and
Yeah,
it's...
absolutely. Because that tyre was basically fucked.
Yeah, it was, and yeah, it was knackered.
So, bear in mind, from riding it away from the lay-by when that trucker had given me some air,
Yeah.
it would have lost £10 in air pressure.
Well, we rode 5 miles and it lost £20.
Yeah, that's right. So,
And we don't know what he put in, do we? So
no. So, I don't know what he put in to start with, so I don't know what we lost there.
no.
But between filling up with air at that first service station that you were waiting at, and going only like 10 miles, and it lost
Quite a bit.
£10. And getting from, I only went at 12 miles from Morrison's.
It was about 20 psi you'd lost, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it'd gone down from 45 to 25.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go and have a shower, get these lenses out because they're hurting.
That was a dangerous situation, really.
It was, mate, wasn't it? Anyway, I mean,
not as dangerous as your path.
no, and I just wish I'd filmed it now, but it was pretty bad.
The bike shop, when they took me wheel off
Yeah,
to the tyre, come back and said, you need new brake pads as well.
yeah.
But they didn't have any. They just knew someone who would, but they didn't want to go and ask because it was other business. So I phoned. They had them. Paul went away to get them and got lost on the way and ended up on a dirt track.
Yeah, because the sat-nav tells you
the
that.
sat-nav took him on.
And it wasn't just a dirt track, it was a footpath, mate,
Yeah,
with just
it was.
mud.
Yeah.
I went down this big steep hill, get to the end, and
Yeah.
there's a gate.
So me being me, I gave him a bit of time, and when he hadn't got in touch or arrived, I phoned him
Yeah.
just as he was on the footpath.
That's
and
why I
of course-
didn't answer the first time.
Yeah, and of course, my only request that I had was, have you got me parts?
Anyway, on that note, I'm going for the shower. I've got to get these lenses out. One's moved, so we'll catch you later on. Good morning, ladies and gents. Last day.
How are you doing? You sense of humour today?
Oh, it's a lot better than yesterday, mate. Yeah.
So you got it back, have you?
Got my sense of humour back now. Bit like you on the Gross Glotner. Ray's got a nice new tyre. It looks alright. Right, let's go.
Find a petrol station and just get some fuel.
Yeah.
The lovely little towns these, aren't they?
They are nice, mate, yeah.
I mean, look at these buildings.
Yeah, lovely, mate.
What are you doing?
Do you?
There we go.
There's the garage there. Yeah.
Are you kidding?
What I've got to put up with.
It's not a half of what I had to put up with.
It's like being on holiday with a child.
I know, you know exactly how I feel now then.